This is St. Peter's Church Hall. In the summer of 1957, a young Paul McCartney went to the Wilton Village Fetes with his friend Ivan Vaughan. John Lennon was at the same event, playing with his band, the Quarrymen, and it was inside this hall that Ivan Vaughan introduced Paul McCartney to John Lennon for the first time. They got talking and McCartney ended up showing off a little on guitar. A week later, McCartney would bump into Pete Shotton, who was also a member of the Quarrymen. Shotton told him that John thought that McCartney should join the band. Paul said he would think about it, and a week later he said yes. In this hall on the 6th of July 1957, John and Paul first met. The plaque goes on to say, "The Quarrymen featuring Eric Griffiths, Colin Hanton, Rod Davies, John Lennon, Pete Shotton and Len Gary performed on the afternoon of the 6th of July 1957 at St. Peter's Church Fete. In the evening before their performance in this hall, Ivan Vaughan, who sometimes played in the group, introduced his friend Paul McCartney to John Lennon. As John recalled, that was the day that I met Paul, that it all started moving." Lennon and McCartney never forgot the friends who brought them together. They put Ivan Vaughan on the payroll of their Apple company, and his wife Jan was hired to help with the French lyrics to their song Michelle. Sadly, Ivan Vaughan died in 1993 of pneumonia. He was only 51 years old. Pete Shotton also remained close to Lennon and McCartney, and also became friends with the rest of the Beatles. He was appointed the first managing director of their Apple Corporation. He later became a highly successful businessman, owning a chain of restaurants. Shotton died in 2017 of a heart attack. He was 75 years old. Okay, so that's the church hall. The church itself is just across the road here. And there's something significant about that as well, relating to the Beatles. I'll go and show you. Something else I'm going to show you first though. Liverpool is a soccer-mad city with two big clubs, Liverpool and Everton, so I thought I'd better visit one grave in particular here. My friend and former neighbour Ian Mercer's going to like this. Here we are. The Liverpool legend. Bob Paisley was manager of Liverpool Football Club. I think from 1974 onwards. Bob Paisley, nicknamed the Quiet Genius, born the son of a miner, he would go on to make 277 appearances for the club as a player. In 1974, he reluctantly took over the daunting job of managing the club when Bill Shankly retired. He even tried to persuade the hugely successful Shankly to carry on in the post, but he needn't have worried, because he went on to collect a haul of 20 trophies, including 3 European Cups. In a famous quote he said, "I've been here during the bad times as well. 1 year we came in second." Bob Paisley died in 1996 at the age of 77. His wife, Jessie Paisley, died in 2012 at the age of 96. And she is buried in the same grave. Okay, now I'll show you the Beatles related grave that's here. Okay, the main reason I'm here is to show you what's down here. The Beatles, one of the Beatles' most famous songs, Eleanor Rigby, based on a fictional character, but in the 1980s somebody discovered there was a grave here with the name Eleanor Rigby on it. And the significance of the thing is that, John and Paul only met just over there in that hall. And Eleanor Rigby's grave is right here. The song Eleanor Rigby appears on the Revolver album and was released as a single on the same day as the album. The single was nominated for 3 Grammys in the US and went to number 1 in the UK for 4 weeks. Okay, be very careful if you come here, as you can see. Okay, it's like a family plot. But if you check down to the middle here, you can see Eleanor Rigby, wife of Thomas Woods, died 10th of October 1939, aged 44, and she died in her sleep. I'm not sure why she's Rigby and the husband is Woods though. Very little is known of the Eleanor Rigby who's buried here, but it is known that she worked as a maid, even though there is no concrete evidence that the name on the grave influenced McCartney to write the song. It has become a place of pilgrimage for Beatles fans. Paul McCartney is adamant that Eleanor Rigby in the song is a fictional character, but he does admit that it is very strange that there's a grave here with Eleanor Rigby on it, and he and John would have walked around this churchyard and graveyard.
Those days made me who I am. When we were younger, we were never running out of time. As long as we had each other.